Hey everybody, I'm Kevin Walters and welcome to Kevin's Auto Channel. Today we're going to be talking about a product that I've reviewed in the past, and an update has come in, and we're going to see if this update works on my 2019 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 RST C71 with the 5.3 liter V8 engine with dynamic fuel management. Well, what do we have here? I have got two Range Technology AFM Disablers. Now this one here on the right was the one that I've been using for the past few months. On here we can see that it just says version 8.6 R1. And it looks like the date on it was October 16th, 2019. So this is the old one. Now, this one here, this is the new, supposedly updated version. On the website, on Range's website, it was showing that this unit is an AFM and DFM disabler. So if you don't know, prior to 2019, the Silverados had active fuel management, which means that the 5.3 liter or 6.2 liter V8s would go between 8 and 4 cylinders. Well, for 2019, and most of the Silverados, they updated the engine, the 5.3 and the 6.2, to have dynamic fuel management system. And what this means is that it has multiple different cylinders that can deactivate up to 17 different combinations. And if you have updated your exhaust like I have, you can really tell when those cylinders start dropping, because it gets that 4-cylinder drone. So as you can see here, this is RA003B, B for blue, and it looks like it was produced on January 22nd, 2020. And the packaging is a little bit different now than before. So, alright, so we're going to pop this in and see if it works. Alright, all you do is, if you don't know, this is an OBD2 port adapter. Most of these OBD2 ports are either up underneath the right side, the left side here, or in the middle. Mine's happen to be over here on the left side. So we're going to pop this in, and then we are going to do a cold start for you. Helps if you put it in the right way. Okay, I'm gonna pop that in. cold start of the 2019 Silverado. Alright, we're going to see how this new updated Range Technology AFM DFM Disabler is going to work. So, well, let's hit the road. If you watch this channel at all, you know that I love my 2019 Silverado, but the one thing that I don't like about this truck is the fact that it drops cylinders. And I know GM's just trying to put new technology in their vehicles, and they're trying to be more fuel efficient and environmentally friendly and all, but when I buy a truck, I expect that truck, especially if it's a V8, if I buy a V8 truck, I want the sound of a V8. I want full-time V8. I don't want a weak truck. And the fact too that, you know, with cylinders constantly activating and deactivating all the time, constantly, it's gonna wear your engine out. It's gonna wear it out quick. And that was my main concern with this truck, because I plan on keeping this truck for a long time. And yeah, I do not want my engine to go out at, you know, 60,000 miles or whatever. We've been having some crazy weather. Well, it's been crazy all around. I mean, between the coronavirus and now we got the giant Japanese hornet, the murder hornet, invading Washington State. So it's in the US now, and now we're well into May, and we're having temperatures here in South Carolina down in the low 40s, and tonight it's supposed to be like 37. So we hardly ever see this in this late in the year down south here. Well, so far, I am pleased to say, so far, this updated Range AFM DFM, as advertised on the website, Disabler, so far is working on my updated 5.3 liter V8 engine with the dynamic fuel management system. I've been driving with the Range, the older Range version, not plugged into this truck for the past week, and now that this truck has over 10,000 miles on it, it changes more different cylinder patterns now than it ever has. I mean, it was constant in and out, in and out. And now with this device plugged in, I have not heard it drop a cylinder yet, and that makes me very happy. Makes me fully like this truck again. And what I was saying before, I put a custom bullet exhaust on this truck from a local shop here in town, Inman Muffler Shop. They do ship anywhere in the US or wherever you may be, so if you would like an IMS bullet, please hit them up, and they will be happy to ship that to you. Jeremy has told me on Facebook that he has been shipping orders all over because of my exhaust video where I took it to their shop, and they took the old suitcase muffler off and put the new IMS bullet on, which is a fraction of the size of the muffler that comes on these trucks. So it frees up that V8 rumble and makes it sound like a big truck, and that's what I love. That's what I want. If you want your truck quiet, then that's you. That's what you want. But if I'm going to buy a V8, any V8, I don't care if it's in a Mustang, in a truck, I want to hear it. That's the best part of the V8. And I hate that the way the trend is going, it looks like V8s will be out of the picture soon, in the next decade or so. And we see that trend going that way because of the active fuel management and the dynamic fuel management in these V8 engines now. Luckily, they have not put that in the Mustang yet, or the now my Challenger did have like active fuel management, where it would drop 4 and 8 cylinders, but if you put it in sport mode, it wouldn't do it. It would stay a full-time V8 all the time. But all these new government regulations, it's almost like it's going back to the 70s and the gas wars, and where the government stepped in and wanted emissions and all this other stuff, and you still had V8s, but they were very underpowered, which luckily with technology today, you can still have the power and the technology, which is a good thing. But still, if I have a V8, I bought a V8 to have the power, to have the sound, not to be fuel efficient. So, well, that's my rant. But anyway, changed out the exhaust on this truck and give it that very nice V8 rumble. Now don't get me wrong, when this truck is idling or when you're getting into the throttle, this truck sounds great. It's when you're just driving, it's when you're just coasting, it's when you're not giving it but just a little bit of throttle to keep the speed up, that it's dropping cylinders. And with this exhaust, you can hear that drone, and it's not a pleasant drone. If you watched a video or two before this, I compare the sound of the drone to like a 1995 Pontiac Grand Am 4-cylinder, where the muffler, after it's got some age on it, starts to rot out and it gets this loud 4-cylinder drone. That's what this truck sounds like when it cuts cylinders. And so far it has not cut a cylinder yet with this updated version, Range Technology. Now, I'm not going to recommend or not recommend this product after this, you know, once I finish testing on this test drive, because just like with the other Range product, it worked the first time or two and then it became intermittent. So what we're going to do is we are going to go up the road a little bit more, then we're going to pull off, we're going to shut the truck off, let it set a minute, and then we are going to start it up again and keep going and see if recycling the range will affect it any, and see if it works again. I mean, if I give it a little throttle and then let off again, still V8. It hasn't dropped a cylinder, so that's promising. So we're going to go up here and pull off, and like I said, we're going to shut the truck off, let it set for a minute, and then we're going to start it back up, and we're just going to see what happens. Hey everybody, I'm excited to announce that soon we will be doing our first giveaway here on Kevin's Auto Channel. Now, in order for this to happen, I need to hit 1,000 subscribers. As soon as I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will be choosing one of you to win this 159-piece Craftsman Mechanics tool set in this hard case. And in order for you to win, you have to be a subscriber to Kevin's Auto Channel. So, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, comment down below on this video, hashtag subscribed, and you will automatically be entered for this 159-piece Craftsman Mechanics tool set. Now, I recently got one of these, and it is an awesome tool set, valued at almost $200. So, in order to win, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully, you'll be the winner. Alright guys, let's start the truck back up and see what happens on this test drive. The one thing I will say about Range Technology products is that, you know, putting this adapter into your OBD2 port does not void your warranty. So if you take it to the shop and you forget to take it out or something, they're not going to say anything to you. You are going to be fine. They may ask you what it is, but it's not going to void your warranty. Let's see if it still works after cutting the truck off and starting it back up. So far, when I let off, it's not dropping cylinders. And if I took this thing out, which I might do in a minute, I'll show you. Well, hopefully you'll be able to hear a comparison, because if this truck is just running on its own like it's supposed to, then it would be constant changing, deactivating, reactivating cylinders, just multiple times each minute, depending on, you know, how much throttle you're giving it, how much stress the engine's under, going up a hill or whatever. So far I have to say that the new version of the Range Technology AFM DFM Disabler is working, even after cutting the truck off, letting it sit a minute to reset, and starting the truck back up, and without unplugging it. So far we are good. You know what, we're going to go straight, we're not going to turn. So yeah, I just got up to 50 really quick, let off for a few seconds, and when I touched it, it was still a full V8. You may say, well, how do you know it's not going into different cylinder modes. How do you know it's not dropping cylinders? Well, when you're in this truck in the cabin, believe me, you can hear it. You know exactly when a cylinder drops out. You can start hearing it. The more cylinders that drop, the louder that drone gets. And then eventually, when it drops down to 1 or 2 cylinders, it sounds like a lawnmower. You can really hear it. And you know, if people's riding with you, they ask you, you know, if something's wrong with your truck. What's that noise? Why is the truck shaking? It's because the cylinders are deactivating and it's losing power. Yeah, so far it's working great. You know, with the technology that they're coming out with now, they're putting 4-cylinder and 6-cylinder turbo engines in a big full-size, you know, a full-size truck, like a F-150 or this Chevrolet 1500 or a Dodge 1500 Ram. But the thing about it is, the truck still weighs basically the same amount as when it had a V8 in it. And when you put a payload in the bed, or you're pulling a trailer behind you, you're going to strain that 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder engine like crazy. And you're going, the lifespan of that engine cannot be long if you're working with that truck. Now, if you're just driving up and down the road, yes, it's going to be strained a little because it's still a big truck, but it's not going to be quite as bad as if you have extra weight in the bed or pulling a trailer up a hill. But I don't care how many turbos or superchargers you put on a 4-cylinder or a 6-cylinder engine, it's not going to have the lifespan and the brute force like a V8 engine does. If you want to hear somebody else's opinion on it, and they actually tell you the mechanical reasonings why, watch Scotty Kilmer's channel. Scotty will tell you that it's not gonna, the engines aren't gonna last long. Now granted, people today don't keep cars for a decade or two at a time like they used to. You know, most of the time people now, they trade every two or 3 years. So I mean, but still, the person buying that vehicle used, they are going to be taking a risk because they don't know what the person did with that truck that had it before them. They don't know if they were pulling a big trailer up a mountain or, you know, hills all the time. I'm doing a lot of ranting today, but just giving you my thoughts. This is an auto channel, so I just want to let you know what's going on in the automotive world. Yes, after stopping and cutting the truck off and letting the unit reset and then starting the truck back up and without unplugging the unit and going on our way again. So far it is still working, still full-time V8. So I am going to keep testing this product, this new update version of the Range Technology AFM DFM Disabler. And I emphasize that because when I bought the first one, right after I got this truck, a few months afterwards, before the new version came out, it only said it was an AFM disabler. So now they're advertising on their website, Range Technologies, that it's an AFM and a DFM disabler. So we are testing it out. I'm going to be testing it the rest of this week. I'm going to leave it plugged in. I'm not going to take it, I'm not going to unplug it. I'm just going to get in the truck and go and see if it continues to work, startup after startup, day after day. And I will report back next week and let you know whether I recommend this. If you have the new updated 2019-2020 version of a 5.3 or 6.2 liter V8, and see if I recommend it or not, and we'll go from there. But so far so good with the new 2020 update of the Range AFM DFM Disabler that plugs right into your OBD2 port underneath your dash. And it does not, I re-emphasize, it does not void your factory warranty, which is a major plus. So this is Kevin Walters. You're watching Kevin's Auto Channel. I hope you have a great day today.